Hello, guys. How everybody doing today? So, I told y'all this year is going to be all about challenges. This year is going to be all about challenges. Can you guys say that with me? Challenges. Challenges, challenges, challenges. Mike loves challenges. Yeah, he does. AFN loves challenges. I love when people tell me things that I don't do, or what we can't, or what we said, what I said. I love when people try to redefine what the fuck I said. I really do take this to heart as a fucking sport. To go out of your way to tell me what the fuck I said. Y'all got life fucked up if you think Mike is going to go back on what the fuck I said, what the fuck he said, what the fuck they said. I stand by what the fuck I said. You got it all fucked up if you think that what the fuck I said is going to be taken back, redefined, and backed out of. You got me all the way fucked up. Because I have well over 5,000 videos, well over 5,000 takes, well over that. The heavy hitters, Mad Mike Sports, Mad Mike Network, AFN, 4 channels, 4, not including K-Styles. So we have well over 5 platforms. Jew Talk Sports. We got well close to 10 fucking platforms where I stated very clearly what the fuck I said. Yeah. I stated very clearly what the fuck I said. And we got this particular feature, video, as y'all see right now. Y'all see it. What does that say? I'm just gonna assume people can't read. Okay? Since people love to fucking assume, I'm gonna assume that your motherfucking ass can't read. Okay? I'm gonna assume that you can't fucking read. Since you know what the fuck I said, and you can actually, the crazy part about this, you can actually go back and say, and hear what the fuck I said. A lot of people like to assume and say, Mike, but you said this. You said no, the fuck I said what the fuck I said. So, apparently, it's impossible for anyone, fan or foe, you can't critique a player whatsoever. You can't talk bad about a player. You can't say certain things about a player. Why? You can't say things about players. How you doing, Pat Norris? And how is everybody else doing in the chat right now? Because this is very clear to me where a lot of these issues are coming from. Because we have a lot of Falcons fans that go out, they believe in their heart because you are typically on the mark. Yeah. When you're typically on the mark, that means that they're stupid. No, that doesn't mean you're stupid. It just means you're lazy. Yeah. When you're on the mark, like Mad Mike Sports, Atlanta Falcons Nation, the heavy hitters, when you're typically on the fucking mark, everybody else start to feel bad about themselves and about their dumbass takes. Why? Because we actually go out of our way to do in-depth research, have in-depth conversations about said topic or said person. You feel as though that this is indictment on your intelligence. Well, because you feel fucking stupid don't mean I'm fucking stupid. Because your ass is lazy, too lazy to hit fucking Google, too lazy to actually listen to a fucking video and listen to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Because you're too fucking lazy to listen and comprehend the fucking words that are coming out of my mouth. Because you too fucking lazy to comprehend, or better yet, you don't fucking comprehend because you're fucking stupid. And yes, the fuck I said you stupid. And I don't give a fuck if you unsubscribe because you too fucking stupid to comprehend or to go to fucking kindergarten again, or whatever fucking grade you want to go to. I'm supposed to take my words back because you too fucking stupid to comprehend? Mike, where's all this coming from? Mike, why are you so upset? How you doing, Sonya? Because you too fucking stupid to comprehend, I'm supposed to humble myself because you fucking stupid? I'm supposed to humble myself because you fucking stupid and you fucking lazy and you too fucking dumb to fucking comprehend what words actually fucking mean. AF fans are supposed to humble ourselves because you too fucking stupid. Fuck a box. They don't want to get in the ring with these boys, okay? Trust me when I say that. They don't even want to talk, yet alone get in the fucking ring. Come motherfucker, I'm Muhammad Ali in this bitch. I wish a motherfucker would try to get in the goddamn ring with me. So because you too fucking stupid to comprehend what fucking words mean, you too fucking stupid to understand what the salary cap mean, you too fucking stupid to understand what a 3-4 and a 4-3. I'm supposed to humble my motherfucking self because you stupid. And Mike, you're probably saying, like, again, Mike, where is this coming from? Y'all see it? Y'all see this? Y'all see this? Y'all see this, right? This right here on the screen. Y'all see it. Best offense in the NFL. when you come to Mad Mike's Sports and you look at the first video, the featured video on Mad Mike Sports, guess what it says? Unleashed episode 15, Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts to help lead the NFL's best offense. Now, it was a whole damn near 2 months ago when I made this video. You see that? This video is still here. You can go back 34 minutes, 27 seconds and listen to it for yourself. Anytime you choose. You can go back and listen to it to yourself. You can listen to it yourself. But yet again, you go out of your way to say dumb shit like this. And I do appreciate everybody for even leaving comments. I really do. I really, from the bottom of my mad heart, I do appreciate it. But these are the types of comments that we get. Because you either did not listen to what the fuck I said, because you got your attention span is probably longer than 30 fucking seconds, is why YouTube and TikTok and all these goddamn platforms are dying, is because you motherfuckers can't sit down for 30 fucking minutes and listen to a damn or look at a damn video. You can't look at things for longer than 30 fucking seconds, but I'm stupid. AFN is stupid because you too goddamn lazy to sit down for longer than 30 fucking seconds and listen to what the fuck I said. Listen to what the fuck we say on these podcasts. Because we can get the shit out in 30 seconds. All of a sudden we going back on our word. Y'all hype the Falcons up every year. It's a wait and see thing for me. Oh, get out here with that. Like, this coward ass shit. You such a fucking coward. This is this pussy ass shit I be talking about right here. This pussy ass shit right here. You hype the Falcons up every year. It's a wait and see. Get out of here with that coward ass shit. This punk ass shit. A bitch will say something like that. I never had the Falcons up every year. What the fuck you supposed to do? If you believe you can achieve. Yeah, if you believe you can achieve. So now all of a sudden that don't matter anymore? The fuck out of here. What the fuck am I supposed to do as a fan? What the fuck you supposed to do as a fan? Sit down like Dick Downer and say, man, oh no, man, oh no, yo. We're not gonna be too good. Get out of here with that weak ass shit. You goddamn right. If I take the time to sit through a whole, and y'all see what we doing. I told you I would give you guys a breakdown on Michael Penix. So if you have not already, 30 seconds, a breakdown of the things that we need to know when in regards to our players. So y'all see the shorts that I've been put out via JTO. These are the things that we do because we're serious about our team. How you doing? You man, what's going on? You goddamn right. Every fucking year, I believe if we make the right necessary moves and improve as a coaching staff, as a franchise, you damn right I'm gonna believe. Why shouldn't I believe in a Kirk Cousins if he's been able to put up 4,000 yards consistently? Why shouldn't I believe in the Michael Penix has the talent, and if everything goes right, everything goes well, if he gets the right coaching, which he has? Can anybody in this chat right now say that Michael Penix does not have the right necessary tools in order to be successful? Can we say that he doesn't have all the tools? Who would say that Michael Penix doesn't have all the tools? So why shouldn't I, as a Falcon fan, believe in a team? Why shouldn't I, a fan of the NFL, look at every aspect of this team and say, guess what? I believe that they could do this. I'm not typically the person that goes out and all these bold predictions, but I will not run from any challenge. I told you guys, if we get a healthy Kyle Pitts, because we gonna get to down what the fuck I said. If we get a return of Kyle Pitts rookie season where he is healthy, 100% healthy, and he has a quarterback that's going to be able to push his boundaries. These are the things what the fuck I said. This is exactly what the fuck I said when it comes down to to Kyle Pitts. This is exactly what I said. Go back to when all of this was happening. In season, where Kyle Pitts looked like, I didn't know whether or not because the Falcons were doing what? Arthur Smith was doing what? He was telling us that Kyle Pitts is 100% healthy. So if we got our head coach that is going out our way and say, from what the doctors have cleared Kyle Pitts. So the doctor was telling us, oh, Kyle Pitts is healthy. This is what I've been told. This is what we've been told time and time again, that we were getting a completely 100% healthy Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts was saying, on the other hand, he wasn't 100% healthy. So as a fan, I got to trust what I see with my eyes. You have to trust what you see with your eyes. And what I saw from Kyle Pitts is a guy that did not want to be on the field. He looked like he gave up on a lot of routes. And we don't know exactly 100% in regards to what his mentality was. We still don't know the truth behind that matter. Kyle Pitts looks like a player that's reinvigorated. Why? Because he has an offensive coordinator that understands what the fuck he's doing in the passing game. He has a Kirk Cousins who has thrown for over 40,000 yards in his career. And now Kyle Pitts look like, ooh, boy, I'm ready to go. Kyle Pitts is a completely different player. And I don't 100% believe him when he said, oh, the difference this year is this, I'm healthy. I don't believe that shit whatsoever. I do not believe anything that Kyle Pitts said when he talking about simply the reason why he looks different is because of he's healthy. Bullshit. I think it's bull crap. That Kyle Pitts is sitting here telling us that, oh, the reason why he looks different is because he's healthy. Man, get out of here with that bullshit. Look, we all know what the real issue was. They stopped believing in Arthur Smith and Dave were gone, and they got guys like DJ Williams, they brought in Zach Robinson, and they brought in Raheem Morris, and these guys are the reason why we're seeing the reinvigorated Kyle Pitts. So Kyle Pitts can sit up here and sell y'all a dreaming, but actions speak louder than words. Kyle Pitts gave up last year. Kyle Pitts was indeed suffering from trying to come back from an injury. We know that. He looks like a completely different player. He has the energy. He's running his house so much more crisply. Raheem Morris loves him. So when I go back to what I said last year, and you can go play back everything that I said. Kyle Pitts quit on this team, and I still believe that. Kyle Pitts quit on last year, but Kyle Pitts is not alone. I think a lot of our wide receivers, especially offensively, the quarterbacks, we know Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke, they quit. Proof is in the pudding. Look at what we just saw with Taylor Heineke in the preseason. You can't tell me that dude ain't a natural quitter. You cannot tell me looking at that preseason game that Taylor Heineke isn't a quitter. They quit last year. Why? It's because naturally, when you're not led properly, you're not a natural leader. These are the things that typically happens. And I said even last year, I don't think Kyle Pitts is one of those players where he can motivate himself. Some players don't naturally have those gifts. They motivate themselves. Certain players and certain people need motivation. And I think that's what Kyle Pitts is. That doesn't take away from his skill set. That doesn't take away from his abilities as a player. But I think he's one of those players that need to be pushed. Kyle Pitts is a player that needs to be pushed. He needs a leader. He needs a natural born leader. He needs a Matt Ryan. You saw this his rookie year. Kyle Pitts is the type of player. And again, that has nothing to do with his abilities and his skills as a player. Some players just need to be pushed. Some players need a Phil Jackson. Not everybody is going to have those like that Kobe Bryant, where it's like Kobe is he's just built different. Some players are just built fucking different. You can call them you can call them the worst names in the world, and none of that shit affects them. They'll look at you, smile, giggle. You think you done destroyed their whole life. They looking at you like, bro, you really don't know who the fuck I am. That shit don't faze me. And I don't think Kyle Pitts is one of those guys. Those guys that need to be pushed. But this is why you have motivational head coaches. This is why the Atlanta Falcons brought in a guy like Raheem Morris. He can bring that out of his players. He can bring it. Look, I honestly believe in every person in this world. You push that button and you push them the wrong way or the right way, everybody can turn gangster. Everybody will be about that life. You push that right button, you call them the right thing or the wrong thing, somebody will get in your ass. They will bust your ass. You say the wrong and the right thing to them. And I think this is why you have guys like Raheem Morris. He just knows how to push guys' buttons. He knows how to get that out of. This is what happened with Matt Ryan with Roddy White. He was able to get that out of Roddy White to help him turn him into, in my opinion, a Hall of Famer. Matt Ryan was able to get that out of Roddy. Joe Horn was able to get that out of Roddy White. And this is the type of play that I think Raheem can do for a guy like Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, he has all the physical traits to be one of the greatest tight ends. And you heard Tony Gonzalez say this. Tony Gonzalez already said, like, this dude is unreal with his abilities and his skill. There's never been a guy like Kyle Pitts. Like, again, Trey Young. That's another. Like, Trey Young is one of those guys. Like, you can call Trey, he'll look at you and smile. They spitting at the dude. They throwing stuff at Trey, and Trey sitting in the corner just laughing and smiling with a smirk on his face. Why he putting up 50 in your face? Some players are just built fucking differently. You don't have to do nothing to these guys. Like, these guys like Jordan, Trey Young, LeBron, like Steph Curry, like, we just all fucking Steph. This Steph is a fucking animal, man. This motherfucker crossing 7 foot over, throwing, like, this motherfucker throwing 3 points behind his back and over his head and flipping and hitting cartwheels and shit. Like, and you think these guys, well, like, you think these guys, you have certain players that are either born this way, and there's some players, like, some of these players, you got to get that out of them. So, again, why I say about Kyle Pitts last year is because of everything that we were being told. We were told that Kyle Pitts was 100% healthy. And we look back at those tapes, because JT O'Sullivan, all these guys who did the breakdown, it was like something wrong with Kyle Pitts. They were saying that even last year, but we were being told by Arthur Smith and everybody else that this guy was 100% healthy. And then we see him on the field, we see Kyle Pitts ain't giving his all because he wasn't. I don't know as the reason. I don't know the exact reason, but there's two reasons why Kyle Pitts wasn't giving his all. It's either he was hurt, which we know is a legitimate reason, and two is that he stopped believing in Arthur. And I think this is why Mr. Blank, end up firing Arthur Smith, is because the players stopped believing in him. When you have the players stop believing in the head guy, it is over. It's nothing you could do. Nothing you can do. You can't try to save face when players stop believing in you. There's nothing you can do as a player. When players stop believing in your message and stop hearing you and stop listening, bro, it's done. Tell you what's going on. No, look, that's the question. I don't know. We gonna see. This is why we're playing this year. I don't know what the truth is behind this. If I see the same effort from Kyle Pitts this year in games, I'm going to say to myself, the problem is Kyle Pitts. But if he doesn't return to what we saw last year, we say what won. It was Arthur. It was the coaching staff. So when it comes down to it, this is what we're going to see. I already coming in last season that Pitts was not running at 100%. He was still injured, saw it, but he looked physically sound so far. And and again, this is why Sam say time and time again, you a phony unicorn. Because it was instance where, like, again, if we being told from your head coach that your guy's 100% healthy, and then you got your tight end saying, hey, bro, I'm not healthy. Who the fuck am I supposed to believe? Who am I supposed to believe if the head coach said he's medically cleared, the doctor say he can do this and he can do that? Like, who am I supposed to believe? Who's telling the truth? So we talk about what we said and what I said about Kyle Pitts. Not one time have you heard me that Kyle Pitts is not a talented guy. And then all of a sudden, Mike is on board. You never heard me say that. You heard me question his work ethic. You heard me question his work ethic, whether or not he's really 100% healthy or does he really want it. You heard me say that, but not one time did you say, Mike say, yeah. And this is another comment that I want to get after too. You saying this when Ritter was our QB1. Gemini man, how you doing? J Diz, how you doing? Oh, y'all thought y'all think you think AFN run from controversy. You think we run from the no, we like to take it head on. No, we like to take these conversations head on. We like to take these conversations head on about Desmond Ridder. So you said I'm supposed to, in regards to Kyle Pitts saying he's the real deal, or is saying that Kyle Pitts is we was on board with Kyle. You said I like. So have you ever heard me say that Desmond Ridder was going to be the quarterback for Atlanta for years to come? Have you ever heard me say that Desmond Ridder is our guy? He's going to be the next Matt Ryan. He's going to be the next Mike Vick. Have you guys ever heard Mike say that? Have you ever heard AFN say that Desmond Ridder is going to be our quarterback and there's nothing that anybody can do about it? You heard AFN stand behind the brother. Norman, how you doing? Norman Fitzgerald, Michael W. 330. Kurt sees potential, said blah, 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 performing at full capacity. Kurt will get his opportunity this season. I hate we having this conversation, but we got to have it from time to time. Kyle shows us he really him. But again, these look, we have these conversations. One thing about us, we gonna have these conversations, these uncomfortable conversations. But like I said, even with Desmond Ridder, our job as fans, and for one, I try to take my fandom out of things. One thing you're not gonna get out of me is try to bullshit you into believing that somebody is better than what they is. My job is to see what these brothers, in regards to Desmond Ridder, what his qualities are, how can he get better, and what he isn't good at. And one thing that I know even from a quarterback, it don't matter what round you are. You can be, look, we see this time and time again. Does it really fucking matter what round you drafted in the NFL? Like, we seeing this, we are literally seeing this year after year. What people believe because you were drafted in the first round, or the second round, or the seventh round, that you're destined for greatness. We've had more quarterbacks that have drafted in the first round. We've seen so much turnover within these few years. People still up here, they still got a finger up goddamn Justin Fields' ass. He's showing you everything possible in every way possible that he's not him, but we still trying to stick the goddamn tongue in his ass. Dub climbing, ESPN, every major network is still trying to force this damn Justin Fields to be the greatest quarterback in the NFL right now. Every time I turn around, oh my God, this man, he just made an incredible move. He checked the damn ball down. We see quarterbacks in the first round. These guys are barely even getting to the playoffs, but we giving these $50 million. This is why quarterbacks fail so much and so often right now is because we do not tell these guys the truth. The Fields is never going to be a great quarterback. This man literally told you guys, told the whole world the reason why he left Georgia is because he got money. He told the whole world the reason why he left Georgia. He didn't want to win championships. He didn't want to improve himself as a quarterback. He didn't want to compete for the position. He went to goddamn Ohio State because they gave him a couple of $100,000. And then you wondering why he's not succeeding as a quarterback? Let me say that again. He ran his crybaby ass to Ohio State not to become a better quarterback because they gave him $300,000 and $400,000. And you're wondering why he's struggling in the NFL and he can barely do anything in the league right now. Y'all wondering why we say time and time again that this motherfucker can barely pass for 2,500 yards? He can barely. This man is barely throwing the ball more than Desmond last year, but we up here putting Justin Fields on a pedestal because he runs fast and he checks the ball down in extravagant ways. Let me say that again. Desmond Ridder is literally outperforming him as a quarterback, but we're ready to throw him in the dumpster in the trash and give a guy like Justin Fields a pass because he runs real fast. Justin Fields has all the great coaching right now he has in Pittsburgh. And he still don't look no better than what he did in Chicago. He still don't look no better than what he did. He doing the same exact shit that he did in Chicago. Run real fast and check it down. And we were preaching development 2 years. Coaches never develop them. We said time and time again, y'all can go back and listen to any, look, just put Mad Mike Sports or Atlanta Falcons Nation, Desmond Ridder. Y'all can listen to everything that we ever said about Desmond Ridder. We don't hide nothing. We don't delete. We don't send cease and desist orders. So y'all can stop doing reaction videos. And in fact, we encourage people to do reaction videos of our takes. We encourage you guys to come on and challenge what the fuck we said. We challenge you. But we got a lot of these coward ass content creators, because that's exactly what they are, some fucking cowards. They get mad at you for critiquing them. But when you ask them to come on the show and, you know, we can have a one-on-one debate, yeah, magically we get blocked from platforms. Magically we get blocked from platforms, and then we see these guys at the games, and then people disappear and say, you know what? You know, my wife calling me. I can't make it. My wife is calling me. I can't make it to the to one what's the section 130? I forget what it was. I think it's 123, 130, so everybody can take a picture. Everybody who knows go to the Falcon game. That's what you go to the 100 section, so everybody can meet up and take pictures. And magically, these content creators disappear. It's all love. It's all love when it's on social media to look good. When it come down to real life situation, we can actually sit down and talk and have a conversation. These same people that they claim that we don't see eye to eye, they disappear. But we can have guys like the Water Boys that I've had a personal disagreement with, and I appreciate those brothers for even coming on and having a conversation with not only obviously I was sick, so I couldn't join that conversation. I couldn't join that show, but I truly appreciate those brothers for even come on, because I did a video critiquing those guys. I did a video, but did they take it personally? What the fuck they said? Did they run and hide and duck and hide and say, "Oh, Mike, I don't like what you sent me 2 years ago"? Nah, those brothers came on. They showed us love. They did it for the Falcons culture. One on the heavy hitters. So if you haven't seen the heavy hitters interview with the Water Boys, y'all go check it out and support those brothers. Those brothers on TikTok. But these are the things that I'm talking about. Please critique and let's have that conversation. Gemini Man said AFN was supporters of Ritter as was I. I supported Mariota when he was our quarterback. I thought supporting the players on your team was what you're supposed to do as a fan. I don't know. This is, and the thing is where I have I have a major problem, and where there's a disconnect with a lot of creators, is because a lot of people, they don't want to acknowledge the fact that they are wrong. So instead of actually admitting when you're wrong and sitting down with the person across, sitting down and having a conversation with the person that called you out on said topic, you run and duck and hide and block people on social media, block people on Twitter, block me on Facebook, block me on Twitter, block me on all these other, and then privately text message me. You privately text message me when you don't want people to know. This is what happens. So AFN and Mad Mike Sports, we don't run from controversy. When we're wrong, we sit here like we was wrong. When I said I could never see Matt Ryan ever being traded, I could never see Matt Ryan ever being gone. I'm wrong. I could have never pictured in a million years that Matt Ryan would have never, he would have put on another fucking fan, another team's uniform. I never saw that coming. Never in a million years you would have seen me, you would have heard me say that Matt Ryan would have been a fucking Indianapolis coach. Are you fucking serious? Ain't no way in hell, especially with what this dude has done for this franchise, ain't no way in hell you would have convinced me that Matt Ryan would be a fucking so this is the stuff that we talking about. I love to sit down and have a conversation, whether I'm wrong or I'm right. And like I said, 330, he's the one who saw it. These the same brothers that go, they on social media, they doing their live shows, and hey man, it's all love. We like to have the conversation. AFN is all about positivity. Positivity is not always comfortable. Positivity gonna make you uncomfortable because you gotta sit across from the person that called you a stupid motherfucker. And I've done that quite a few times. I've been called a stupid motherfucker. I've been on someone else's show. Hint, hint, hint. And said, you know what, Mike, you were wrong about Kirk Cousins. Say you're wrong about Kirk Cousins. I've been on that show where I've been called out. The therapist ATL has been on the show where we've been called out. Six Man K Styles, Miss Maggie T. We don't run away from controversy. So when it all comes down to this Desmond Ridder situation, we support Desmond Ridder because that's what fans and that's what fans of the game are supposed to do. You're supposed to stand behind your players. You're supposed to stand behind these guys. You saying this when Desmond Ridder was our QB1. Now, one time did I say Desmond Ridder was going to be a MVP and I can see him winning, you know, he can pass it for 4 or 5. You've never seen me. I say, let's see what happened if you put the necessary tools and the coaches around him and the wide receivers, the running backs, the running game, the offensive line. If you put these players around him, he can. We seen it with San Francisco 49ers. Nobody can convince me that Brock Purdy has so many much. Like if you look at these guys' resume in college, they damn near Desmond Ridder. Like just look at Desmond Ridder's numbers in college and then look at Brock Purdy's. It's damn near identical. So you can't tell him doesn't have the talent. He has the talent, but a lot of times the talent don't matter. If you don't have the right, it has to be the right situation. It has to have it has to have the right front office, the team that understands how to win, and then you have to have the best players. And shit, look. You don't think that like Brock Purdy, I honestly don't believe that Brock Purdy would have been the same quarterback if they didn't trade for Christian McCaffrey. They don't trade for Christian McCaffrey. I don't think that's the same team. So a lot of these things has to be aligned perfectly for said quarterbacks. And it doesn't help to have one of the better offensive coordinators in the game. And I hate to say this, and Kyle Shanahan, he's one of the best play callers in the game. So it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt him. We didn't have a Kyle Shanahan. We had Arthur Smith, who was in his first and second year as a play caller. The Falcons brought in an inexperienced offensive coordinator in Dave Ragone, who had absolutely no history of success. No history of success. You brought in a young offensive coordinator in Arthur Smith who has no history of actually, winning championships and all that type of stuff. He has no history as a play caller. And then drafted a young quarterback in Desmond Ridder and say, all right, Desmond Ridder, we want you to be a Pro Bowler. And then you expect this guy to succeed under those circumstances. This is where we got to be real with ourselves. Well, that's like Jay. The reports of Desmond Ridder struggling is no surprise to me. We say it time and time again. A lot of these confidence. And this is why I'm looking at Michael Penix, man, and the Falcons they must take their time with these young quarterbacks, because we're seeing it with this. You have to bring these quarterbacks along slowly, because if you mess up their confidence, you mess up a young quarterback's confidence, their career could damn near be over. Once a quarterback's confidence is done, it's hard to come back from it. Ask what's his name, Derek Carr. Ask Derek Carr. Like, we saw Carr. We've seen this time, but what happened to Jameis Winston? We've seen guys that confidence been shaken, and they're never the same. So to see Desmond Ridder struggling right now, like he killed that dude. Like, the first time that he benched Desmond Ridder for Taylor Heineke, that's when his career was over. And this is why you have to have an experienced head coach who understands when the perfect moment and opportunity to bring in a quarterback. You can destroy a young quarterback's career if you take him out or put him in a situation that he's not prepared for. And Desmond Ridder getting traded not only from the Atlanta Falcons, but playing with Arizona at this particular time, nothing. That doesn't surprise me. Nothing you're seeing with Desmond Ridder is not true. That man, he done. So this is why we go out our way for the heavy hitters to bring on every content creator, whether you are Falcons, college. We respect your brand. We've had all these guys on the heavy hitters. So nobody in this Falcon, the crazy part about it, a lot of people would take our ideas, but they don't want to acknowledge the fact that we're the ones that were standing behind Desmond Ridder when the whole fan base and the whole like every content creator imaginable was trying to destroy these kids. We stood behind them. No other platform that does Atlanta Falcons content stood behind Desmond Ridder like Atlanta Falcons Nation did. We stood behind him. We stood behind him so much that we got a lot of hate from even content creators. Man, what is wrong with you? This dude suck. Why are you standing behind him? We stood behind him. So this is why ATL Falcons 808 comments like this, they say things like that because we stand behind them. And one says here, we gave out a take on his performance and didn't blindly trash him like the rest of you. Glenn says, you just talking about Kyle Pitts wasn't good. Again, I don't know who the fuck you think you was thought. Like, I don't know who I've never once stated that Kyle Pitts was not talented. You got me all the way fucked up. Mad Mike say that Kyle Pitts wasn't talented. Because like I said, like this particular thing, it clearly states that Kyle Pitts can help lead the Falcons to the NFL's best offense. Why would I make a video about Kyle Pitts being the center of this Atlanta Falcons? And one of my takes, my biggest takes for this year, I say exactly this. And I've been saying this for a couple of months, for a while now. If the Atlanta Falcons are going to make if the Falcons are going to make it to the Super Bowl, I say this time and time again, and I stand behind this. The Atlanta Falcons tight end, Kyle Pitts, is unfucking guardable. He's too fast for linebackers. You can't put a linebacker on. He's too fast. He's too physical for defensive cornerbacks. He's too fast and too physical for cornerbacks. He's too fast for linebackers. You can't put a defensive end on him. He's a mismatch problem. So if we get a Kyle Pitts, a healthy Kyle Pitts, and he can return to that form, that rookie form, under a quarterback and the tutelage of a Kirk Cousins, this offense will be unfucking guardable. Why? Because not only do you have Kyle Pitts, but you got another mismatch problem. And Bijan Robinson. These guys are damn near unguardable. If Bijan Robinson learns how to run his routes properly as a running back out of the backfield, what can you do as a defense? Who are you going to double? You double Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson one-on-one. You double Bijan Robinson out of the field, you got Kyle Pitts one-on-one with a DB. That's a mismatch problem. And then you have a quarterback that has been there. He's done that in Kirk Cousins. He knows how to get the ball to his receivers. He knows how to get the ball. Look at his history with tight ends. T.J. Hockenson, Reed, Jordan Reed from Washington. Like, this dude has always had success with tight ends. He knows how to get the ball to his tight ends. So you compare the skill of a Kyle Pitts and the abilities of a Kirk Cousins who's accurate. I think he's on his 6th year straight of 4,000 yards passing. Before last year, getting hurt last year. Ironically, he was on the MVP pace. The dude had like 2,300 yards passing in like about 8 games. And you wondering why Mad Mike is standing behind this model of Kyle Pitts? If he returns to form, the Atlanta Falcons could definitely be a Super Bowl contender. Absolutely, I believe that. Why? Because you don't have to lean on the defense as much as you, especially if a Kyle Pitts starts scoring touchdowns. You got Drake London, who I haven't even talked about. Drake London is looking like an absolute animal right now. You got Drake London. You got Bijan Robinson. You got all these guys on the offensive side, and none of these guys, maybe you could say, are unguardable as unguardable can be than Kyle Pitts. Mojo, what's going on, bro? See, and I have a problem when people say the quarterback position is the most important position in football. I don't even though I'm a quarterback guy, I never want to hang my head on that because there's so many aspects of football that makes everything important. A quarterback needs wide receivers. This is the reason why I did the breakdown with JT Sullivan, because he was saying having the right wide receiver, the concepts, like all of this works hand in hand. Now, you do have to have a talented quarterback, but I don't think it's the most important aspect because what's a quarterback without wide receiver? What's a wide receiver without quarterback? What's the wide receiver without a solid running game? What's a running game without an offensive line? What's an offensive line without a good enough running back? All these aspects work hand in hand. And the thing is, with the Atlanta Falcons offense through there, like you said, last year, it wasn't the fact that the Falcons couldn't move the ball. Falcons moved the ball well, they just couldn't score them damn touchdowns. They couldn't get in the end zone. One of the reasons why the Atlanta Falcons hired Arthur Smith is because his success in the red zone, and now that we see a lot of his issues, or a lot of his success became because of his offensive line and his running back and Derrick Henry. No Derrick Henry, Arthur Smith wasn't as good as we thought he was. Falcons couldn't score a touchdown. Falcons couldn't they could score cut down running the ball. But when it came down to Arthur Smith and the Falcons passing offense, we never saw the success that we needed. We never saw the growth that we needed for those guys to get to a next level, which is one of the main reasons why Des Ridder never got better. The Falcons passing offense digressed instead of gotten better. It's a shame when your passing game is better with Marcus Mariota when you have brought in more wide receiver talent and you had less wide receiver talent and the passing game was much better than like that. That's the craziest shit. You bring in a Drake London, draft a Drake London, a Bijan Robinson, and you still can't pass the damn ball. The passing game was much more of a threat with Marcus Mariota and less talent than with more talent. And this is the reason why Arthur Smith was fired. The passing game never got better. So, and this is why I call on the therapist, because he understands the body. He was saying all last year, yeah, I can tell Pitts is not healthy. I wasn't sure, so I took his word for it. I was like, look, all I saw was a guy wasn't giving his 100% effort. And like I said, only Kyle Pitts really know what 100% what was the real issue with him. Kyle Pitts said he's now healthy and he's ready, so you gotta believe him. But at the end of the day, when we talk about the success, when you talk about the success, you got to be, like I say, you just got to be real with a lot of stuff, man. The Falcons' issues last year had much more to do with the lack of coaching than the lack of talent. I never looking at the Atlanta Falcons, because one of the things that frustrated me last year with Arthur Smith is that he said he wasn't going to play musical chairs with the quarterback. And as soon as the fans and the media started to go at him, ask him the tough questions, he went completely against everything that he said he wasn't going to do. He jerked that man around. He jerked Taylor Heineke around. He jerked Desmond Ridder around, playing musical chairs at quarterback. This is the coach that said he wasn't gonna do that. And the first opportunity to bench Desmond Ridder, he did it. So as a player, if I got a coach that say, "Hey man, I'm not gonna jerk y'all around," if I decide to make you the starting player or the starting coach, quarterback or the starting running back, that's what it's gonna be. And then the first opportunity I struggle, we say we're gonna. He told those players that we're gonna work these things out and we're gonna get better and we're gonna be patient with them. We're gonna help them develop. And as soon the first sign of mistakes, he sit them down and he benched them because he got put on the Summer Jam screen because everybody because he didn't play Bijan Robinson when he should, because he was getting pressured to give Tyler Algier more reps. So you gonna bench and make up a bullshit ass excuse talking about he had a headache. The fuck are we talking about? You gonna bench Bijan Robinson? Talking about he got a headache because you were getting pressured not only by the fans but the media. It's like, why Tyler Algier ain't getting more reps? But as a player, I'm supposed to believe in you. As an organization and as an owner, I'm supposed to believe in you when you clearly lying to these players. It don't matter what the fuck I think. You're supposed to keep your word when it comes down to these players. If you're gonna tell a player that, yeah, we're gonna give you every opportunity to redeem yourself, and we're gonna go through the process, and we're gonna give you opportunities, and the first state, you bench these guys and say, nope, you going on the bench. How am I as a Kyle Pitts supposed to believe in anything that you saying, and I make one mistake or I'm not healthy, you gonna sit me down? How the fuck am I supposed to believe in anything that you saying? And this is one of the main reasons why Arthur, because he did not stand on what the fuck he said as a coach. Stand on business and players will follow. People will follow you if you stand on business. And a lot of people don't stand on fucking business. One thing I'll say about Kyle Shanahan, he's a complete asshole. But he gonna stand on being a complete asshole. If he don't like you, you ain't gonna play for him. If he doesn't like you, you're not gonna play for Kyle Shanahan. And I think one of the things about Arthur, he likes a certain player a little bit too much. And we see it in the types of wide receivers that he does and brings in. Everybody got to be the same size and the same speed and the same height and the same weight. Like everything with him is exactly the same. So you guys don't have any questions? And I'll say it this time and time again. AFN don't run from controversy. We welcome it. We want to sit down and ask you guys questions. We love to hear different opinions. So if this is you want to if you want to come on as a content creator, your take on said things, y'all got our social. Y'all got my number. Holla at a player. We don't run from nothing. We stand strong. We stand as one, and we're going to continue to stand as one, even if we disagree. But please don't lie. Don't lie on AFN. Don't lie on my motherfucking name. Telling me I said that I didn't believe in Kyle Pitts. You got me all the way fucked up. I'm a fan of the game. I saw what the fuck Kyle Pitts did to my Georgia Bulldogs. So you can eat a major ding-a-ling, okay? I saw what he did to my damn dogs, okay? So you got me all the way fucked up thinking, I don't know, I don't know what that motherfucker can do. Look, we put, Georgia Bulldog look, when I tell you Kirby Smart used every fucking, every zone, every man, this dude did everything possible and double, triple, single them up. This man did everything possible to guard Kyle Pitts and nothing worked. So I know what this kid can do. Any Georgia Bulldog could go back to that season when Kyle Pitts single-handedly damn near destroyed Georgia Bulldogs defense. He single-handedly did this. And you wondering why I'm making videos is if the Atlanta Falcons, okay, can have the best offense in the NFL, is because what I've seen with Kyle Pitts. I've seen this. I've seen what this kid can do. I've seen what he can do. Tony Gonzalez, he's seen what this kid can do. He knows what a tight end can do. So when you got guys like this that's saying, why are we not getting Kyle Pitts the ball? This is the reason why. So having a healthy Kirk Cousins, and one thing that I do, I will say this about, I'm saying this about Michael Penix, man. And y'all know how I am about quarterbacks. I'm very stingy when it comes down to quarterback. I don't like giving these guys too much praise. I really don't. You got to earn that with me. That's only one aspect of a quarterback that I think that points to his ability to be great or greatness. It's his fucking confidence. Michael Penix, his confidence is insane. I don't think people realize. This kid knows he can make every fucking throw. This kid knows he can make every throw. Let me say that again. Let me say it because I don't think people realize what I'm saying. This kid knows he can make every throw. Go back and look at the breakdown with JT Sullivan, Kurt Warner, like all these guys broke it down. This kid knows he can make every fucking throw. When you know that you can hit a shot, when you know that I'm Steph Curry and you can double, triple, whatever you want to do to me and I'm still gonna hit this motherfucker, like that's a whole nother level. When you know you gonna hit this shot, they can send 3-4 guys after you and you still knock that bitch down. This is what I see in Michael Penix. And all he needs is time. Time and tutelage. So when I look at Michael Penix, I see one major flaw in his game right now, and everything is up top. There's one major flaw in Mike Penix's game right now, and everything is upstairs. And that has everything to do with, I think, what Mike Penix, what I'm saying with Mike Penix, man, doesn't understand the NFL game. And when he does, I think he's going to be a hell of a quarterback. But this kid, he just knows it. He knows he can make that throw. And the crazy part about it, he's not even using his legs. Let me say this again. See, guys like Justin Fields, Ben Roethlisberger, Mike Vick, like these guys know that they are excellent athletes. But when you as a quarterback know that you can make every throw, whoo, Lord, without running, that's a whole different type of confidence. I don't think people get it. He's not worried about getting hit. I saw the video where JT says, like, bro, you can't take these types of hits. These guys are going Chase Daniels. He said the same thing about about Mike Penix. He said, you can't take this hit. This guy is so fucking confident in himself. He's not even worried about taking hits. When you got a quarterback that's not worried, not focused on taking hits, that's a whole nother level of confidence. Tremaine, what's going on? How you doing, brother? That's not a common gift for a young quarterback to have that much confidence this early in the game. I only saw that 2 times in this franchise. Let me say this again. I've only seen this 2 times in this franchise. A quarterback, a player. Excuse me, a player. Now I saw it 3 times in his franchise history with that much confidence this early. I only saw it 3 times. I only saw this 3 times in this organization. I saw it with Deion Sanders. I saw it with Mike Vick. And I saw it with Matt Ryan. This much confidence this early. I've never seen a quarterback, a player with this much confidence in his ability this early. I've never. I know it's just preseason, but it was actually amazing how mostly all the rookie quarterbacks looked like they were back in college. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. For a quarterback to look like they're back in college is not a good thing in the NFL because they're not seeing a lot of NFL defenses. One thing that I did see that I wanted to talk about, I'll probably break that down at some point, is people keep talking about, and one thing, it pisses me off so badly to hear this. It's so disrespectful. It's so disrespectful to the greatest quarterback that we've seen and we're seeing right now. It's so disrespectful to say this shit. Don't you ever in your fucking life, ESPN. Don't you ever in your fucking life, Fox. Don't you ever in your life try to compare Don't you ever in your life try to compare Caleb Williams to Patrick Mahomes. This is an absolute fucking disgrace. That man don't look nothing like no Caleb. Like, Caleb looks nothing like no Patrick Mahomes. He's doing nothing like Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes can make throws that you will. You should be ashamed of yourself to even utter those fucking words that Caleb Williams and Patrick Mahomes are anything alike. I've seen it from Braun, Kyrie, Vic, Matt, and who like that's another one, Jay. That's what I'm saying. It's like you only see these that type of confidence in players, and when you see it, like you know, is he's poised for greatness. And I'm not saying in regards to my Caleb Williams that he's gonna suck, but this motherfucker rolled out to the right. I've seen, and this is why it's such a disgrace. I see this shit. We see this shit every week. Make that same throw that Caleb Williams roll into the right, throw it to the sideline. I really thought Desmond Ridder made that throw a good 3-4 times last year. Caleb Williams did. He's the next Patrick Mahomes. Get out of my face. He makes throws like Patrick Mahomes. Did we not hear that Russell Wilson made this shit? He made this. Russell Wilson made this. That's a part of his entire career. He's been doing this in Seattle for what? 7-8 years. But when Caleb Russ been doing this shit for the last 7 years or so. That same exact thing, but when Caleb Williams did, he was the next Patrick Mahomes. Are you kidding me? He rolled out to the right, and threw it to the sideline. Caleb Williams does it. He's the next Patrick Mahomes. Russ Wilson been doing this for years, and people forget that Russell Wilson even in the league. People forget that Russ Wilson even in the league. He made those same throws. We seen this year after year with Russell Wilson, but Caleb Williams do it. He's the next Patrick Mahomes. Tell me something besides fingernail polish that I'm saying different from Caleb Williams. Because I want to know. How many times have we seen right-handed quarterbacks roll out to the right, throw the ball to the sideline? We seen this. This literally is a drill in play. This is literally a drill in what? The NFL draft combine. This is literally a drill, but when he does it, it's different from what I've seen. So, like I said before, man, we can sit up here. We can sit up here and everybody has the freedom to be able to like any player. I'm a huge Steph Curry fan. Anybody know that about me? You know I'm a huge Steph Curry fan. But don't sit up here and lie and try to pretend like this man is anything like Patrick Mahomes. Because that's a bold-faced lie. It's a bold-faced lie. And anybody who utter those words that say Caleb Williams is anything like Patrick Mahomes is a liar, and they should never be trusted. No, you should never. If anybody say that this man is anything like Patrick Mahomes, you should immediately stop listening to him and never watch their program ever again, because they're a bold-faced fucking liar. If they say Caleb Williams is anything like Patrick Mahomes, you should never trust them. So, like I said before, we're going to continue. Y'all going to get more live shows like that from me. So please keep commenting. I love the fact that you guys actually give me a little bit more ammo when it comes down to, calling me out or whatever you perceive to be my untruth. I love it. So Many Mills, Q, Trauma Locks, Nathan Floyd, Jay, Southside, Eric Mack, everybody, Tremaine, 330, John St. Clair. What's going on, John? I like I said, I love football season. Y'all know I love to talk crap, but we like to have real conversations about things. And not once have you ever heard Mike say that Kyle Pitts doesn't have talent. Never once have you ever heard me say that Kyle Pitts is a bust. You can't be a bust if you came out the gate breaking records. You just got to get behind the truth. And the truth of the matter is, we had a problem with Arthur Smith and that offense. And now this year, we're going to see what those issues are, whether it was coaching, the lack of talent, or players just weren't healthy. It's one of those three things. And it's quite possible there could be all three of them. You can win championships without having an elite quarterback. You can win championships. You can win multiple championships without having an elite quarterback. You don't have to pay your quarterback $40, $50 million in order to win championships. This has been a lie that's been told by the media. It's been a lie being told by a lot of these former football players and analysts. This has been a lie. Don't tell me that it's impossible for any team to win championships without having a great quarterback. When you literally looking at a guy like Trent Dilfer. And a lot of people will even say, I don't necessarily agree with it, but people say Eli Manning was an overrated quarterback. I don't agree, but we've seen it. You build a team the proper way, you can win championships. You stick to the principles of football, playing in the trenches, building in the trenches, building the offensive line, building the team with a running game, having good wide receivers, having good DBs, having a good pass rush, you can win championships. You don't have to spend $50 million. You don't have to give up 3, 4, 5 first-round picks in order to get a quarterback to win championships. You don't. Build the team the proper way. You can win championships. You don't have to give up every aspect of everything to get a quarterback to win championships. This has been a lie. ESPN continues to put out this lie that all you need is a quarterback to be successful. It's not true. Bo Nix looked fairly decent for Denver, by the way. I mean, I told people that Bo Nix was going to be a good quarterback. People didn't believe me when I said that. The thing with Bo Nix, all he has to do is stop with the turnovers. He's always had the talent. Again, saw him playing against Georgia, Alabama, and the SEC. I've seen the types of throws and the plays that he's able to make. But that's what great coaching does. If you have great coaching that takes that person's skill, highlight it, and prevent him or help him to, kind of decline or help him not make so many mistakes. It's like you can win championships. The whole team has felt better, looked better, played better since Arthur. And like I said, I do believe that Arthur is a good coach, but some coaches aren't meant to be head coaches. I think Arthur Smith is one of those guys that's a better offensive coordinator. He's better. He's a better coordinator than he is a head coach, and that's perfectly fine. Not everybody is. Not everybody is. Will make a great leader. But we got to stop with these lies that ESPN continue to tell. And a lot of these, the problem that I have with ESPN is guys like Swagoo or whatever the fuck his name is. They get on there, they get paid X amount of millions of dollars because they former players and they know the game and they got respect around the league. They get on here and tell these lies. That you can't win championships without you have to pay guys like Hassan Reddick $20 million because he's an elite pass rusher. We got all these former players that get on here and lie and try to disregard that every aspect of the game is important and not one particular aspect is important. Let me say that again. We get a lot of these former players that get on these TV and in this channel, and they forget the fact that you won championships together rather than because of your one particular skill set. This is why guys like Aaron Rodgers got booted out of Green Bay, because he thought he was the reason why Green Bay was all good. Now we seeing that since he's gone, they done brought another one in, Jordan Love. So they done created one. So it can't be it's all about one player, because the NFL is showing you that, like, if you build a team the proper way, if you develop players the proper way, guess what's going to happen? That maybe he may, maybe that quarterback may not be as good as Aaron Rodgers, but you can still win games with him. That's the goal, right? It's to win games. Even with an elite quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, who didn't make a lot of mistakes, Green Bay wasn't winning championships. So what are we really talking about when it comes down to players or having elite players? You just want them to look good doing it. Aaron Rodgers just looked better doing it than Jordan Love. They won about the same amount of games, but Aaron Rodgers looked better doing it. So what? Like I said, these are the things that we talk about. Millie, that's exactly what I'm talking about. All these motherfuckers are replaceable. And I got a video coming on Hassan Reddick, and I get my thoughts on that, because I think we're missing. Even as fans, I think we're missing the point when it comes down to players and why players should be paid X amount of dollars. We're missing it. We're better together than we are individually. This is why guys like Julio Jones pull the shit that they pull, because as fans, we've convinced them and we put them on a pedestal to say, hey, ain't nobody like Julio Jones. And actually, we've seen Julio Jones before. His name is Terrell Owens. His name is Jerry Rice. Don't tell me I can't find another Julio Jones. Don't tell me that Julio Jones wasn't even as good as Roddy White, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. But we've seen dominant wide receivers before. So don't tell me that Julio Jones is irreplaceable. But we put these players, and we got guys like Brandon Ayuk because they have a good year, and now they thinking that they're the reason why this team is good. I would rather have two defensive edge guys that can give me 15 sacks than pay one guy $25 million for 15 sacks. So, like I said before, gotta be honest. And I don't think there's a lot of honesty when it comes down to these players. Players are not being real with themselves. That they're saying it's like you got help. Brandon Ayuk is a liar if he believes he's the best player on that team. And anybody who's defending Brandon Ayuk, saying he needs to be paid $30 million, or he needs to be the highest wide receiver, you're a fucking liar and you should never be trusted. Because everybody know what when you look at the San Francisco 49ers, what comes to mind when you see the San Francisco 49ers? And that's that crackhead running back. Let's keep that real. That's a badass white boy. So you full of shit if you think that man deserves 20 to $25 million. You full of shit. That's a badass white boy at running back. But I'm supposed to sit up here and say, you know what, Brandon, you deserve it. No, the fuck you don't. You don't deserve that. You ain't the best player on that team. Millie Mills, who told you he guaranteed 15 sacks? If they don't stop the fucking run, how he gonna be? See, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Because we like players, we make excuses for players. If you don't stop the run, how can Hassan Reddick get 15 sacks? This is why I say everything works together. And as a player, you have to understand this. Hassan Reddick gonna get 15 sacks if they don't stop the run. You got to be in position to get after the quarterback. So if you can't stop the run, if your team doesn't stop the run well, if you're not good at defending the run, how can he get after the quarterback? There's no such thing as guaranteed 15 sacks. If your name ain't Aaron Donald, don't give me this, oh, he's guaranteed 15 sacks. Aaron Donald done did this shit, what a good 8 years in a row. Damn near 10 years in a row, 8 years in a row that Aaron Donald done did this shit. Since he been drafted, this man gets you 10 fucking sacks every fucking year. If you ain't Aaron Donald, don't Julius Peppers, don't sit up here and try to convince yourself, because you ain't gonna convince me. You're not gonna convince yourself that this man is a guaranteed 15 sacks. Now, if you're going to tell me that Hassan Reddick is a guy that can get you pressures, absolutely. If you put the right tools and players around Hassan Reddick, he can get you 10 sacks. But I've seen Hassan Reddick playing against the Atlanta Falcons, and he wasn't as dominant. I've seen him play against the Dallas Cowboys, and he wasn't as dominant. I've seen where the Dallas Cowboys went directly at him, straight at him. I'm just saying. So when it come down to pass rush, this is why guys like Grady Jarrett don't have 10 sacks every year, because guess what? Y'all know where I'm going with this? Grady Jarrett don't have a lot of those sacks, because most of the goddamn time we can't even get the defense. For one, you can't get him in pass situations. Two, he getting triple team. If you're getting triple team, how can you get after the quarterback? Southside, exactly. Go back and look at that game against the Chiefs, and you try to tell me where Hassan Reddick was. But I'm supposed to believe that he's an elite defensive lineman? No. They were tossing his ass around. The Dallas Cowboys, the Chiefs, like they were tossing his ass around like he wasn't even there. You're as good as they want you as the guys around you. And like I said, and I'm not saying that Hassan Reddick is I'm not saying that. I think what he is, he's an elite skill player. And I'm going to explain that in the video that I recorded this morning. And I may drop it tomorrow or tonight about Hassan Reddick, because I think people got it all twisted. I think we get so infatuated with elite skills, we forget that players aren't elite players. Let me say that again. I think we get so infatuated with elite skills that we forget that players aren't elite players. There's elite skills and there's elite players. And there's only so many elite players in the league. And this is why I think it's very it's disrespectful for anybody to even mention Patrick Mahomes alongside any quarterback in the NFL, because it's not even close. These quarterbacks are not even on this man's level when it comes down to his abilities, his skills, having the right chemistry with his offensive coordinator / coach, and his mental. Patrick Mahomes is light years ahead of every quarterback there is in the NFL. And for any quarterback to come in the league and try to disrespect Patrick Mahomes like this is fucking disgraceful. So I think players need to get back, and I think the only way that players are going to be, the only way players are going to get back to reality is we got to stop rewarding guys for having elite skills. We need to start rewarding elite players, not elite skills. The NFL are rewarding guys with elite skills and not rewarding guys who are elite players. We giving guys $50 million because they can pass the ball for 3,500 yards now. We're rewarding quarterbacks for doing the basics. So until we stop rewarding these players for having elite skills, instead of rewarding these guys for being elite players with teammates, leadership off the field, excuse me. It's like we're not even rewarding guys for being great off the field great teammates, great community leaders. Like, we're not even rewarding these guys for being good teammates. We're rewarding guys for showing up drunk. For doing dumb shit on social media. For hanging out with rappers and shit. Like, we're rewarding these guys because, oh, my cousin is the rapper from the West Side. Like, we're rewarding guys for having social media presence. Oh, he's funny on Instagram. Ha. Let's get him $25 million. That'll work out fine. That'll be good for us. So, like I said before, as far as Jakeem Grant, he's always had issues with injuries or whatnot. So the fact that he did go with trainers, that's to be expected because a lot, especially right now, a lot of these players are coming, like, these guys are getting back into football shape. So a lot of times you're going to pull, strain this early. So this is actually pretty common amongst football players. You go from not playing football to going 100% or close to 100% in a matter of weeks. This is what happens. You start to pull and all this type of stuff. So the fact that he had to go with training because that's typical. So, like I said before, AFN is going to continue to do what we do. So if you guys challenge AFNs with your facts, stats, and the truth, and if you come on and state your truth and the people in the chat like what you had to say, you get rewarded for it. And we got a few prizes that we want to kind of get into giving you guys. AFN built a hat. We got some hats that we want to kind of give away. Have started a giveaway this year. We got some, we're gonna be doing some fantasy football stuff. So, with that being said, no more comments, no more questions. This has been your boy Mad Mike. 2 hours, close to 2 hours. But like I said before, not one time have you seen or heard me say that Kyle Pitts isn't talented. What I've stated and what we stated here at Atlanta Falcons Nation is that Kyle Pitts is still to be determined. We don't know what he is going to be, but we know what he has the ability to. We know what he can be. He has the talent. So we stand by what we said. We're going to continue to stand by what we said. And if you want to challenge any one of us to a debate, let us know. We'll set it up. 1-on-1 with the great ones at Atlanta Falcons Nation. Shout out to the Lady Birds of AFN, Miss Maggie, Pam, Whit. We're going to have Kiara, and quite a few. As you're going to have quite a few other ladies this year on the show to give their takes on the Atlanta Falcons. And the best of my knowledge, I think this is the first all-female cast in the Atlanta Falcons. As far as the content creators, there's not a lot of women that are doing it. So want to be able to give the ladies a voice to speak their truth, because there's a lot of ladies out here that know what they talking about. And our ladies, they know ball. And y'all gonna be able to see it this year. Hey, you might even see me on the Lady Birds of AFN. Appreciate you, John. Jay, Southside 330, everybody, Millie Mills, Q. And like I said before, we stand by what we said. And I think content has changed. People want truth. People want truth. People want authenticity. So if you are who you are, be who you are. You don't have to talk like a lot of these people, whether you from the South Side or you from Jamaica or you from England, wherever you from, embrace it. Embrace your imperfections. Embrace who you are. Be who you are. There's a place for you. This is what AFN is all about. And that's what we're going to continue to do. And we're going to continue to give everybody a platform where they can be who they are. Be all that you can be. It's the army. Nah, I'm just bullshit. But like I said before, continue to support your boy, man, Mike Sports, AFN, the heavy hitters tonight. That being said, this is your boy, man, Mike. Appreciate everybody for joining us. I'm out of here. Deuces.